Well, you like the t-shirt? Anybody? We'll see who shows up. Give us a few minutes as I normally do. And we'll talk about anything that you all like. Thus the title of the show. Because someone asked me. What up, Aldrin? Cam asked me to come on and speak some words. So thus the title of the show. For only $6.66 a month, you can be provided with all of the hours of goodness and wisdom. In fact, you can have it for free. Or if you want to like make up for all of the people that don't support this broadcast. Yeah. Anyways, let me go support me talking some shit with my wine over here. In fact, I have something wonderful today. Y'all gonna get to hear Zen talk. You've got to hear me wildly sober. You've got to hear me on vodka to some extreme. You've got to hear me through tequila, so the spirit of tequila. You've got to hear me through the spirit of see all of these energetic potentials. See, all the things that this is the video that I did the other day where I was talking about having food that somebody gave me some money for and what that generated. And there's all sorts of these systems, whether fluid. I mean, you've heard me talk on oxygen before, on sunshine. You've all heard me have long-winded conversations on sitting next to a tree. I'm literally ingesting a tree and speaking forth whatever the tree was. And you've had me, and there is some central self. Like let's all remember this, because I think that's what everybody looks for. It's trying to identify what is the central self. So maybe that will be the new name of the show when I go and push the buttons, and in the future when people are watching this, it won't be called for only $6.66 a month. So the equation, the query for most people is how do I find my essential self? How do I become how do you become the essential thing for yourself? That's the question, isn't it? Because to be a sovereign means to need nothing else. It doesn't mean to not desire or want or have a longing for companionship or this or that, or it doesn't mean not to right. It doesn't. That's not what it is, right? This is part of it. So, but the longing for self is trying to find how is it that you're out somewhere and you're having that uncomfortable day, and then you see somebody like having a good time. You're like, why are they having a good time and I'm not? And that has to do with their comfort within their own self. And so everybody wants to be comfortable within self. So when we watch a movie, we watch Hollywood, we watch all of the things on TV, what you get is a small little framed-in version of a small portion of someone's life. Someone's ideas, their identity, what they think they are, and how they are interacting with the world and what they see themselves as. And so what we get that as most of the time through all of these things here on YouTube is a really chopped up version. People they're gonna take see, like right now I'm doing this with you. Just this is what's happening, yes, and you're still gonna get fucking genius out of it. Why? Because I don't doubt anything, right? So people want to get to that place. And trust me, I have plenty of doubt. There's plenty of times that, like, this will go awry. This will go crazy right on film, where I just go, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know where this is going. Let's just slow down here and start over, right? But what people do normally is they'll take this footage, and then they'll take it, and they'll bring it over here, and they'll chop it up, and they'll put it on the floor. This is the idea of what's on the floor of the film room. I wish I was a fly in a room. I wish I knew what was on the floor behind the scenes. See, I don't deal with that. I don't You know, you want to see my behind the scenes, I tell you about it. Like, behind the scenes is like, shit, I'll tell you, like, oh, behind the scenes is me going to the bathroom and shoving something up my ass so I can have a coffee enema so I can get things out of my system. Well, that's so weird. Why would you explain that? Yes? But that's the behind the scenes. How far we got to go behind the scenes to actually come to terms with authentication of self, to become whatever you are, to become comfortable with wherever you sit, whatever you're sitting with. Thus, back to the original tactic here, which is, hey, today I'm gonna enjoy some really good tawny port. Is anybody familiar with tawny port? You know what? No, here it is. And now all of a sudden, this video is no longer going to be. This is not going to make me 38 cents. This video will not make me 38 cents because the company Whiskers Blake doesn't want anything to do with me, so they're gonna just like immediately, just like every other time that I have music going on in the background, even though it's on in the fucking background, I'm not like playing it. It's literally on in the background. There's a copyright claim against my videos within literally 30 minutes, every single video, and I got like just shit going on in the background, right? Copyright claim, claimed my videos, claimed my shit to be theirs. So should I take it as a really good thing? Like, damn, people are paying enough attention that within 30 minutes, even though there's some background music, they want to claim my video? I mean, or is it just they want nothing? I want nothing to do with that fucking guy, right? So, getting back to, what is essential self? What is, what's inside of here? Am I inside of here? You know, this is what a lot of spiritual people say. No, it's all inside of yourself. Here, watch. Holy shit, that's inside of me now. It's part of me. But wasn't it part of me when it was sitting over there? Because everybody says we're all one, right? So why shouldn't I be able to consume everything? Apparently, this thing here, I mean, you guys want to watch me just do some wild shit? Maybe this could get a big I could change the video, like, watch man consume a tawny port straight to the face. I'll just chug it. Watch, ready? I'm not really gonna do that. That's ridiculous because I'd be wasting really good fucking port. That's dumb, right? So, what is it that the spiritualist, the big-headed, we're all one thing, but then they don't want to touch anything? If you're all one thing, then why wouldn't you just adore this beautiful, wonderful, I got this drum here, why won't I put my feet up on it? Is that disrespectful? That's me anyways, right? So we get all these things. This essence of what is self and what is self-worth, and this goes into, what I like to do, if people followed along right from the beginning, they would see a progression through my videos of points that I'm trying to make that actually connect. This has to do with energy and ego and worth and value. And I don't like to be contrary to people, but I find a lot of videos that are out there by people that are trying to express something from a phony way, to try to be black magicians in a bad way, to extract information and extract money and currency out of the universe in a really deliberately very peculiar way. I don't know. And what I see is there's this way about being, authentic, to use ego, because this is the thing. People with the biggest egos that have, like, they have the shiniest shit. They take these cameras. They find the best camera, and then they find the best thing, and then here's the really good shot. And I'm like, everything you're doing is ego. And then they're sitting here telling you, like, you must remove the ego from all things for you to exist totally, purely, as one with the Bodhi, as the tree would suggest behind me. It just so happens that I would choose to put my purple chair. No, this is just what my fucking apartment looks like. It just so happens. You guys just like. But here is the word of the healing herbs. If you would pay attention closely. No, this just happens to be the way the fuck I live. Real time, real talk. What, Tribe Called Quest? I never even heard of them before. One of my favorite shirts, I got it from a secondhand shop. There's a really great song. It says, if you ever got your hair cut at a barber, if your clothes don't come from a secondhand shop, you're not my kind of people. So, I like to fold in the ideas of ego, authenticity, currency, energy, language, and how to express these things, because there's an expression of everything. But like, look, if I spend 8 hours expressing myself, like shit, you know it'd be nice to have a nice place to put my head down and wake up in the morning and have a nice little bowl of porridge. Now, if I went expressing myself for 8 hours, how would I possibly make myself a bowl of porridge? So thus comes that thing, which to some people actually is this. It looks like stirring up a pot. Yeah? No, look. This must be understood, and this is the vital cognition of how the world works. We take something and we spin it like we're stirring the spot. Watch who used to do this? Basketball players do this. He's stirring it up. Oh, the Curry fucking does this. Stephen Curry stirring up the curry, right? We look at it on a two-dimensional plane. It means reciprocation. It means if I give to you, you give to me. But if we look at it in a three-dimensional plane, which is reality, it's a spiral. And that spiral is actually a condensation. It means that in a circle, what you get is a calendar. But in a cycle, in a spiral, what you get is it's alchemy. If you put something in a pan, I'm giving you the highest level shit right now. This just came out. This came right out the fucking ether. Watch. If you put something in a pan and you stir it in a pan, you get those two things mixed together. Yes? That's a circle. That's a cycle. That's a calendar. But if instead I heat that pan from the bottom and put it in what is called a retort, it has something to do with retards. You fucking retards. Because I love the word retard. Because it's so... Don't say the word retard. What? Retort? You mean alchemy? Alchemy uses the word retard to slow something down and slowing down a process. But if we take that thing that used to be spinning on a two-dimensional surface and we put it into 3 dimensions, what does it do? It separates. And something goes up. And it becomes it's verified. It goes through, and look, put the term alchemy or chemistry. You'll find all of these things that are doing this, and these glass tubes and this stuff, and then the thing goes up here, and chemistry is always like, we're taking this element, and then this mystics happen, and then a cloud happens, and then the rainmaker rains down the distilled version. So we have here, in this hand, a very dense thing spinning around in a pan that then I light on fire, and then it goes up here, over here in a cloud, up as a mystic. It becomes a cloud, which is very loud. It's sea, which is the sea, which became loud. It becomes what you can hear, and then rains down as the Rain Man back through the mist, because the mist was already there. Back through the mist into a distilled version of reality. Out of the pan, you would get the same thing in return. You cook it in the pan, we're eating out the pan. It's a two-dimensional surface. You make that 3 dimensions, we turn it into something else. What we've done is we've taken that thing and we've taken that really dense knowledge. Like, what do we do with this dense knowledge? And then we created some environment that was like, it's very windy outside. It's got very windy. It's been very windy here today. Very, very airy. Very, and it brought all that information that was very dense, And it made it so light that even though it came over here into this little jar, it's the same thing but better. It's the essence, and this is the essence of what alcohol is. It's the essence of what everything is. I could take 5 pounds of potatoes. I could eat potatoes raw. Yeah, to be sitting there eating a raw potato, you're a fucking idiot. Obviously, have you ever seen anybody just grab a potato and, oh, raw potato, eat it? Real idiotic maneuver, very retarded. Now you retard that potato, you burn it, you cook it. Delicious, wonderful, nutritious, actually capable for the body to receive out of what's the nutrition inside of the earthly plant. And then what becomes next? We take that potato and we start to cook it. We cook it with some water, and all of a sudden, alchemically, it creates vodka, which means water. It's fire water. Now it is actually taken on the essence of fire and the essence of water, and it's become of a higher form and a higher understanding. So anybody out here in the spiritual realm that tells you that alcohol is no good is literally fucking lying through their face. Because alcohol literally means spirit. Breathing. Spirit. Spirit. I'm a Gemini. I know all. Look at my lungs. I weigh next to nothing, but my lungs could expand. This is why I talk like I do, right? Spirit. Spirit. Spirit in that glass. How? Because we raise something up through spirit. So anybody talking spiritual to say alcohol is not spiritual is a fucking liar, an idiot, or completely just. What are you? What? This is. That's the way I feel about it. Even when I'm completely sober for days on end, I'm like, what do you mean? Alcohol, the thing that came from the whole transition of life, was making lead into gold. Making lead into gold is making a potato into vodka. Vodka means water. Water plus fire. Water and fire is memory. I mean, that's just how it works. Connect to the spirits. No, push those things away. But why? You ever listen to any music that somebody wasn't consuming some sort of drugs or alcohol? You ever listen to anybody speak very fluidly? Fluent and fluid is part of the same construct. That's we sitting out here trying to. People out here like, no, we're just doing this. This is spirit. Anyway, so hey. 18 minutes in, I came here for one person because they axed me to. They chopped the tree down. That's what axing is. Asking a question. You ask the old man tree to come through, so you axe me down to come here. Cam said, hey, come spit some wisdom. Cam, this is for you. And for anybody that doesn't know who Cam is raw Zen. Although I think that's a misnomer. He is very raw, that's definitely for sure. And see, Zen, I've never met him, so I don't know. So I'm gonna go through here and see what y'all had to say, and hopefully that was a fun little thing. What's up, Brad Milligan? What up, Eldrin? What up, Jordan? Lion Strong. Am I starting a business? No. Yes. Fuck yeah. Wait, no. Is that how I do it? Is that the 666? Oh yeah, it's right there. There it is. You guys want it? Holy fuck, fucking rock stars and shit. Or can I just? I've always liked this. This always felt comfortable. Does anybody know this besides Hang Loose? Because I've never seen this as a. And this finger actually got broke a long time ago, playing football. I can't straighten that one out. But does anybody know the Hang Loose? Is that like a real deal? Because I mean, I can go through these ones, and we can do some really funny ones, and we can do that one, and we can get into this one. You know, but what is that one? I always liked that one. I always felt comfortable. Did I start a business? Nah. What up, Paolo and Zet Chrono and High Tech? And John Shore, port enemas. That would be fucking insane. No, I'm not going to do it. If I did a port enema live on video, That would be insane. I could probably not do that. I won't do that. What up, Belfast? Miss Natasha? I've never seen you before. What are you doing here? A whole bunch of new faces. Miss Natasha? No, actually, you were on one of my. Hey, what up, Gary Baxter? They do. They just go off into, oh, we're spiritual. Yeah, it takes the body to be spiritual, doesn't it? Yeah, truth addict, man. I just went grocery shopping today, and what I do is I find if I go with someone else grocery shopping that needs more information on how to shop correctly, that I'll make better choices to show them how to shop. And so I actually make them shop for me. By they'll be like, "Did you want a pizza or whatever?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna pass on that today." Even though we're shopping together and it's kind of like my shopping basket, I'll be like, just juice, just this, just that. Did you want a pizza? I'm like, you don't want me to have a pizza. You want a pizza. I see what you're doing. So I actually had that. I actually had that occurrence today. It was very funny. Oh, Truth Addict, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, we're back to the bottom. What up, Gary Baxter? Paulo Coelho. Paulo. Yeah. Is that? Oh, it actually is Paulo. I thought you were saying. I didn't realize that Paulo had said something. I thought you were saying Paulo Coelho. And Anton Antiana, what up? What up, you Italian bizarre whatever you are. You're a man, right? It's Antony. It's Antony. What up, cousin? Yeah, I dig you. It's Antony. It's not like Antoine or some other variation of the. Yeah, I assume so. When you text me or when you email me what's up asshole, I assume like most chicks don't be like, "Hey, what up asshole?" unless you're really kind of a different kind of chick. What up asshole? Yeah. Antone. Perfect. Aldrin, what happens if you consume your own semen? I mean, I can't tell you. You consume your semen, see what happens. There's some people out here doing it. I don't know. What would happen for you? Something wildly different than what happened for anyone else, I assume. I don't think there's like I don't know. Like the reward mechanism. I mean, I guess it's like, hey, how many times have you been with a woman that she consumed your semen? What happens to her? Is it for her? I mean, I assume it's kind of thing like if someone else is going to try my manufactured, alchemized being in the smallest form, maybe I should know what is in it, what it is, what it tastes like, what it would do. I say give it a shot. What I mean, what the fuck? But I don't know what will happen for you. Maybe you just go womp 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 womp. Maybe you'd be like a magic mushroom. Maybe you like Super Mario Brothers. Maybe you're like Luigi or Mario. I don't know. I really can't tell you that. And it's not that I can't tell you that. It's like everything else that I know that I can give you freely, tell you about, like, yes, drink your piss because it will make you healthy. I don't know what the semen does for a man specifically. I don't know. I think it's different for everyone. I think it's more of an intellectual property that you just get to figure out what that does for yourself. Uh, Yeah, see there you go. I'm with high tech. It's already part of you. There's nothing to do, but I do think that certainly if it's coming out of you, like if you're drinking your piss, then maybe you should test your semen. Why not? What doesn't Think of this concept. If you cut your finger, what's the first thing you do? Why? That's natural. If you cut your finger, you suck the blood. Now knowing what we know, obviously urine is of higher value. If I'm sucking my blood, drinking my piss, why wouldn't I consume my semen? So it doesn't seem to be bullcrap, because everything's part of you. Then, if everything's part of you, then don't jack off, don't ever cut yourself, don't speak, and sit in a fucking, a tiny little cellar by yourself. I'm not saying to sit here and fucking jack off all day and eat all of it. That's ridiculous. What a fucking ridiculous, stupid idea. But it is obviously, of course, if you think that, should your sweat, have you ever tasted your sweat? Do you know why is a dog so interested in your sweat? When you fuck, is there sweat happening in between you and the person? Or maybe you're a very bad lay and you don't actually fuck that well and you don't get to the point of sweating. But certainly if you don't have the it ain't about salt, Gary Baxter. It's about more than that. It's about life force. But yeah, I hear you about the salt with the dogs. But it's really, the dogs would be attracted to your sweat if you didn't have a salt diet. They'd still be attracted to your sweat. Think of it this way. There's a really great teacher of mine who has deer come to his house, walk up to his door so he can feed them out of his hand. And he says, the only reason these deer come and eat out of my hand is because they don't fear me, because they can smell the fact that I don't eat them. I don't have meat in my blood. And therefore they don't sweat blood of another animal, another creature. And so the idea of a dog licking off, is a dog just trying to help you? Like a god licking your wounds? And so the dog is only licking off salt because salt is a wound-causing thing? You're actually hurting yourself when you consume salt, and most people have a certain degree of salt in their diet. And I don't want to go too far with that right now, but yeah. Oh, MK High Tech at 111. Is it more potent when you put it on paper with what you desire? Yeah, man. I mean, go ahead and do some fucking ejaculate magic. Yeah. And if you can find a woman to do it with, even higher. You know what I mean? If you could be so connected here, mentally, with the eyeballs staring into someone, and having that orgasm at the same time and having an idea, oh, that's high level shit. But prior to that, like, at least you can manufacture, some sort of outcome through the use of energy. Energy being, this is the thing, the blood magic. Oh, you gotta do fucking blood over intent. Piss over intent. Sweat over intent. Poop over intent. I mean, that's ridiculous. I was making a joke there. Don't anybody go do poop over intent. That's weird. But your just call it fluid over intent. Maybe I'll do a whole video on that, just to make that very clear for everyone. It's called fluid over intent. It's called energy over intent, because your fluid all has different levels of energetic qualities. It takes a lot to extract semen. If you were in a fear-based environment and somebody started trying to jack you off, you could never come. Yes? I'm giving you high-level magic here. It's easy to just stab someone and get some blood out of them. Simple magic. Simple, weak magic. Blood is of a very much... Somebody tells you that blood is the highest level of magic, fucking lying to you. Why? I could walk up to you and stab you. Take your blood. You couldn't walk up to me and jerk me off and get cum out of me. You're going to take the most primary the primary essence of my life, my semen. That's a hard fucking job. And why is it always the man in the movie with the chick with the red dress that's always the extracting energy from the man? Because it's what it takes. So to think blood is the highest magic? The highest energy? Fuck out of here with that. Blood energy? You put blood energy in front of me, I will jack off all over it and show you how weak your blood magic is. Because stabbing someone and getting blood, do you understand this? This is real. This is real shit. Add this language and this idea. This is an idea for how all is worked, right? Blood is lesser value than sweat. You know what it takes you to sweat? Fucking run down the street. Run down the street. You'll sweat. And it's pure because it's had to go through a system. It's not as pure as piss. Levels of magic. Piss is of a very, 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 very high level. Semen, very, very high level. Piss doesn't create life. So it's like this. Semen, piss, sweat. No. Semen, tears. Semen and tears. Very close. This is why you hear about tear magic. Semen, tears, sweat, semen, tears, sweat. Blood is down here. Blood just happens. Blood is what it is. Easy to access. See? It's not... Everything else you have to do something. You can't just cut yourself open and get sweat. You can't just cut yourself open and get semen. You can't just cut yourself open and get tears. In fact, people can get hurt and won't cry. You guys are getting high-level magic shit on me right now. You port me up, you get anything you want. And hopefully this... hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Hopefully this is making a lot of... hopefully this is giving you a lot of value. Because this is a real deal about creating magic. And because the question was, can I put my semen on paper? I haven't gone back through this yet, but can you put your semen on paper and get something out of it? Yes. You'd equally get something out of sweat. Tears are a higher level than sweat. Because anybody can run down the street and start sweating. I don't care how fat and out of shape you are. But you can't. You know what happens first? The fat person. This is allegory. Don't hear me the right way. I'm not talking about just like a fucking giant 500-pound fat person. I'm talking about mentally, spiritually, to have extra weight. On a journey to crying, what a fat person will do is they'll first start sweating until they get to the point of being, I can't handle this, and they'll start crying. There you can see the value system. And where do tears come from? They come from here. From here. Right there. Right there. Your nose, you're breathing in information. This is one of the highest systems of value right there. Right there, in fact. Why do you think your pineal gland's right there? Up here. 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 So the systems that deliver you the highest level of magic, you think really? That like you sweat from everywhere. It just comes out. It's just going to happen. That's good. Yeah, your blood comes from anywhere. Simple. But a very consolidated version of all of reality comes from two places. Here and here. Consolidated blood in a woman, for a lot of reasons. Consolidated life-giving systems. What comes out of a woman? What used to be the life, which was the two seeds that came out as inside of the blood. What comes out there in the man? Semen. Or urine, which is compressed. The compression is either in bowel or up here. And that comes out here. Tears are of a very high value. You tear, then you snot. Yeah, all of that. But you sweat everywhere. So do you see these levels of magic? So yeah, go ahead and ejaculate on something if you want to. Because if you can, during that whole thing, be less impressed with the feeling of that moment and more impressed by your desires and passions and what it is you require in the future, if during that you're like, I fucking want a child, right? I want to recreate me. You create a child. But if that child is, let's push the woman away, right? And then there's this, I'm going to draw this thing out. Your child is more energized by the fact that you just spilt all of your life force into, on top of what is a magical device. Man, we got in some deep shit here. Y'all should hit the thumbs up for that. That's fucking amazing. I'm going to go back and see what you all said. Oh, Algin, you know Don Tolman. There we go. That's who I was talking about. And thank you for the big thumbs up, guys, because that's very important to see. I wish I cared about myself as much as I should. That's only so other people in the future can listen to my rants and raves of ridiculous shit. There we go, Antone and Nyanya. You got it. This is about recreation of self into another state. Yeah. And anybody think, yeah, there you go, MK High Tech about Crowley. Anybody don't get it, like, he may or may not have been a good or bad person. I don't give a fuck. The information he seems to provide, because I've not read a lot of him. I've not studied him. I'm not a fucking, as much as people, if they got really clued into what I teach, I might be more black occultist. I might be white occultist. I might be purple occultist. I'm a fucking purple occultist. I've never read much Crowley. I don't know much about him, but I can tell the little bits of information I've got out of what he had to say, fucking brilliant. I'll take that. I don't care. I've hung out with dumb assholes my whole life, and once in a while I get good information out of them. Cool. Like, look, in here, what's gonna happen? If I drink this whole bottle, I'm gonna be pretty drunk, and I'm gonna pay for it in the morning with a hangover, right? A little headache. But I will have gained the little bits of wisdom in here, which is literally the grapes of wrath that produce what is wine, which is the essence of all of the energy that went into making that, which is obviously getting into Antone, the Italian, and he should know all about wine. Whiny ass culture. I mean, that's why y'all bitch and complain about everything. That's why you guys fucking suck at soccer, but you win all the time. Because like, oh, mamma mia, fucking the guy tripped me, even though he didn't trip me. But my mama's meatballs are better than yours, and yeah, you know all that shit. That's fucking. It's not soccer. I'm sorry, I meant football. I actually played in Italy when I was younger. I went to on a. When I was like 13, I went over to Italy and played soccer. I'm pretty okay with the soccer ball and the basketball. Sorry to go on a little tangent about the spastic drama queens of the Italians. Thus, we get all of the everything in the Italian. Which Italian, if you flip it around, the word is Latin. Look at it, Latin, ITL. Yeah, there you go. See. Now does everybody see? Latin is Italian. So when you get into like the old ancient Latin, dead languages, yeah, it's that's a fun little study. Yeah, Thoth and the blood-containing etherical material. Yes, it does. It creates the body. Yes, but the body, the most precious form of the body would be the semen. I can't take my blood. I could take all of my blood out of me and just pump it up into a woman. Does it create another life? Semen does, though. Thus, more powerful. Anybody for a second, blood magic's the highest form? No. Blood magic is primarily related to pain and suffering in the opposite end. This is why using even a woman shouldn't be having a period for 5 days. Like this is all of my older work. That blood magic is based upon relieving poison. The poisonous world, the dead world, the blood of the death of what life was in the woman, manufactured by the moon. A woman shouldn't even really be having a period. I've gone over this plenty of times. I wish I would. I really, in some senses, wish I could live a simultaneous life. I don't even know how I wish that. I should probably just start doing it. Living life as a woman to extract that information. Like a woman doesn't need or should ever have a period, yet could still deliver life, because a period is only the reward of the moon. Let's just say that. Yeah. Semen is a higher form of blood. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, Gary, getting into it a little bit. Oh, Eldrin, I like that. The onions and the crying on paper. I like that idea. Um, because the onion is a sign of nature. The signature of an onion is the cell, and the cell is the blood container. So interesting you say that. Onions and cry on paper. It seems like a little bit of a cheat code, but nonetheless, you still get the rewards. Yeah, yeah. I think that's a great idea. And obviously, white onions tend to be of a higher order of tiers than red onions. Like if you cut a white onion, I'm not sure what it is, what the chemical that's being released, but the white onion tends to have more of the cry factor. Yeah. What up, Daniel Benson? Okay, cool. I'm to the bottom now, and I guess am I way behind or nobody's commented? Jordan, the purple occultist. Thank you, purple heart and the shit. Thank you, Jordan. And Jordan always comes through helping me out. And in fact, look at what I got, Jordan. Look what I got right here. And Jordan, in the future, if you ever do send me anything ever again, I don't need any of the. I have a battery. Yeah. I don't need the thing with the battery on it. So just it's a waste of money. You know what I mean? So yeah, I got a battery, and thank you for the deliciousness. You're doing me wonders, because if you've noticed in my last couple of videos, I've been holding my hand all funny. If anybody's noticed this, pay attention. This is about understanding people's movements and shit. Like I've been kind of holding my hand funny because my thumb, if you can tell, my thumb is a little jacked up. But thank you, Jordan. And anybody here that needs anything really awesome like CBD, Jordan got the good stuff. It's keeping me keeping me calm and collected so I don't fucking spaz out. Jordan keeps this fucking crazy junkie really level-headed by providing me with all sorts of delicious shit. Man, she hooked me up lovely. I can't even tell you. It's just talk to her. She'll you just send her a PayPal or whatever, and she'll send you cool shit. And this is delicious, by the way. The lemon is awesome. Jordan, the lemon is awesome. I don't like the plain. The plain for the plain was really good when you gave me the isolate. The isolate's great. I take it to this little shop that has like a little digital thermometer shit, and I go burn it there, and it's awesome. And I like the flavor then, but out of this, no, the lemon is perfect. Yeah, and by the way, that other thing, the Blue Dream shit, man, I gave that away I didn't give it away. I traded because it was just that shit was too much. Yeah, holler out because this shit is spectacular. Yeah. Jordan, I never even asked you. Do you is that your company or do you work for them or what's the whole fucking thing there? Is that like, is that you just get the shit or what? Like, is that your whole thing? See, this is what ain't no bullshit happening here. This is real time. Like I don't even know. Like Jordan just hooks me up. I don't know. So if it is your company, fucking awesome. Y'all should fuck with Jordan. She's excellent. Jordan. Oh man, you know what I will do for you, Jordan? I'll put your little thing, if it is your shit, if it is your company or whatever, I'll put it beneath. yeah, I'll put it beneath because this shit is not going to show up in the future. You know what I mean? So if there's any future consideration to making sure that people do business with you, yeah. I'll hook that up. Yeah. Ah. Startavos, Sala, I'm scrolling back through here. Startavos, is it okay to drink 6 glasses of urine every day? Yeah. Drink as many glasses as you can. I mean, I don't know. Like for me, I go through periods where I'll drink piss all day, and sometimes like I'm drinking port wine. I don't know. You know. This is more pleasurable to me right now. Am I gonna pay for it tomorrow? No, I'll be good. You know. Last night did I go out and drink too much whiskey? Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like last night was pleasurable. I knew the payment. You know, it's like we live in a debt system when it's I'm gonna give you some high level shit here again. Everything we do is a debt system based upon how much we consume. Being fully if I just put this down and I stop eating for a couple weeks, I'm good. I have no debt to pay. If I consume anything, my debt is that I have to divide it up and turn it into something in my body, which becomes then, you know, facilitating whatever energy out of that, where I could just go, no, actually, I can bypass that, go outside, look into the sun and breathe. I have no debt, I have no payment due. If I consume this, I have payment due, but I guarantee there's more energy in here. I'm showing you the whole system. I'm showing everyone the whole system here. There's more energy in here than there is in a bunch of grapes. Look, pay attention. This is very If I stare into the sun and put my feet on the earth, I can collect that energy. And I don't owe the sun anything. I owe the sun nothing. The sun said, here, have this. And it will freely give to me in real time energy. See? Sun into my eyes. Right? And then the sun produces a bunch of grapes. With the earth, now we're talking about dark matter. You talk about black magic and dark matter? Okay, here's black magic, here's dark matter. Where did that grape come from? The sun is just light. The sun teamed up with water and created a little memory and said, well, let's keep this memory for people. And that memory became a grape. And that grape was held inside of earth. And now I eat that grape. Infinite wisdom to the concept of the vortex. The concept of the vortex. Of what a grape is. Purple. The color purple. Royalty. Royalty said, grapes. Purple. Royalty. Can we refine this? And they took that giant thing of grapes and they stomped on it and it turned into this thing. Let's let it sit and see what happens. And it turned into this, which is condensed information. It's condensed sunshine and condensed black magic. Condensed soil, condensed sunshine. It took a memory that was elusive to people because people don't take their shoes off, so they don't know the earth. People don't look at the sun, so they don't know the sun. And what all they do? Why do people like going to the bar? They like going to the bar because the bar means babar. It means rabbi. It means to babble. To babble on at the priestcraft. Rabbi. The rabbi is the priest on the other side of the bar. Bar. B-A-R is rab. R-A-B. Rabbi is barbai, which is babar. It's just a babble. So we live in Babylon. Thus, we find this black magic, which is the occult universe, which is beneath our feet that no one will look at. And no one will look at the sun, that then becomes a fruit that we can eat and say, that feels good. And then we can take that fruit and condense it into this, which takes time passion, energy into creating wine. Ah, we fucking love the wine. Why? Because it was on the vine that created the grapes of wrath. All of the energy goes into that, the good, the bad, and the indifferent, and comes out as this. Thus, I can drink this, and I'm actually using my throat to vortex this information that came out of the vortex of the sun, that came out of the earth as a vortex, that became all of the grapevines in the tree, that then became this, condensed into... I've just unlocked and unraveled information inside of me that I have. That was not only inside of that grape, but unlocked things inside of me. And so why aren't there a lot of people that can work with alcohol very well? Aren't a lot. Because they're going to end up falling off. They're going to fall over. Because they're going to gain so much information that they become too heady. They have information. They fall over. It's like the king had a crown that became too heavy because the information became too much. So the drunken king fell over. Too much wisdom in the head of the king. What does the king do? Keep continuing sipping on the... They were always... The wine in the past was never white wine. They were always drinking red wine. Go really look into the history and the idea of the kind of grapes they were using. There's a really big thing there. And so inside of there is literally history of the entire fucking world. And compressed to the point that I can speak these things. Other people, if they drink this, they're thinking about like, man, this feels nice, and they can access some wisdom. But like, if you're Ancient of Days and you know it, I can access anything by just, hey, a lot of people need, what do people like? Some people need some food to eat. Some people need, maybe they like magic mushrooms. Maybe some cow shit. Doesn't matter. Everybody's got like a turbo button. Everyone's got a little button to push. I got them right here. I can push these buttons right here. I already put them there. So, and for anybody else, get familiar with spirits. There's spirit in there, especially in grapes, because the grapes and the way that they grow and how connected they are and how long they take to grow, it's easy to make potatoes and potato vodka. It takes a long time to make wine. You know how quick it is to make beer? Beer is a simple subject. Beer. 5%. We take that shit and we just make some wheat, make the thing. Beer's great. Beer's great. I love it. Very, that's what the consignment for beer was the proletariat. Yes? Drink the beer. At the bar. Right? Talking to the rabbi behind the bar that had the spirits. The rabbi had the spirits behind the bar, in the bottles. The genie, the bottles. The magician was the bartender. Do you understand? Are we getting this? And this is why people can't walk. Some people can't go into bars. Some people can't be in there. Are they in bars? Are they behind bars? Are they head of bars? Who's the bartender? With all the spirits, to rub the spirit and get the genie out of the bottle, the gin, especially the gin. So there's very high level. Where is it up there? Where is it on the level? Why do they divide top shelf to bottom shelf or rail? Why do they divide it that way? And what is okay? Then we got wine. Wine, which actually, where do they hide wine? They take wine in the back room downstairs. Wine goes down there. Beer is available for everyone because beer is the communicator amongst the entire... How do you create beer? It's a simple process. Take the wheat, put a little yeast in there, and in fact, if you ain't got yeast, don't worry. The wild yeast will get to it, and will turn it into beer very quickly. You get beer right away. And then you take that leftovers that you have from producing the beer, and then you create bread. Bread that's not going to hurt you. because that bread is good. It's part of, you take the bread and then you take that milk that's now become butter, you put it on the bread and you have bread, butter, and beer. Boom, you're good. You're participating in life. And then from that beer, what's the next process? Figured out how to create higher forms of alchemy. Alcohol. Now all of a sudden we have beer, 5%. We have wine, 12 to 13% usually. Then we have port wine, which is a very interesting one. The way you get this is actually to mix. Because the way that they made this was out of the port. Port comes from Portugal, yes? So they made this because they want to put this on ships to bring it somewhere because they realized that they took wine at 13%. By the time it got wherever it was going, it was bad. It was going bad. So what they did is they fortified it with a higher level of alcohol fortification. So instead of 13%, it was 18%. And it held the information better. This is information. Interesting. And then we go from beer. So the first beer was actually cleaning the beer, which is called a farmhouse ale, which is about 3%. Then you've got a regular ale, which is probably about 5%. Then you've got higher level ales and different types of beers. Which is, we're not going to get too difficult with the how it all works here, and we're not going to get into vinegars right yet. But then we work up to wine, and then we work up to port wine, which is actually a mixture of wine and alcohol. And then we get to why alcohol is up here behind the bartender, which is the rabbi, which is the priest, which is the priest's craft, which brings you the spirits. And the spirits actually live beneath the ground inside of a tunnel. And if you go to anywhere all over the world, you'll find a few things beneath ground. They happen to be butter, honey, and wine. Man, you guys are getting a fucking great show right now. This is fucking excellent. I just came on here. I came on here for Cam because he wanted to listen, because he asked me to come on here, and the motherfucker didn't even show up. But so be it. He'll see it in the future. But damn, you guys getting blessed with this shit. Now I'm gonna go through what you all had to say. You passed and there we go, Gary. And this really does. I'll do another show on it. And this has to do with the bar exam. This is why all of we could get into jewelry, jewelers, the Jews, the bar exam, all of black magic and the occult within the realm of, the court systems and all that. I mean, that's all just navigated there. But yeah, see, and I want to do a show too, really, really soon, because of Jordan's comment here about THC and CBD, and people saying, I had this thing earlier. People are like, oh, we have THC receptors in our brain. It means we're supposed to be doing THC every day. Yeah, you also have fucking nicotine receptors in your brain, so you should be smoking cigarettes every day. Now, I say that very open-ended and funny because I believe in the quality that these things can add to people's lives, but the brain is full of all sort of receptors. Your brain is full of a receptor for everything. It receives everything goes in it. You can't say, I didn't receive that package into my mind. CBD, THC, LSD, nicotine, whatever the fuck is in celery. Whatever, if I just go ahead and eat this purple chair, like it's gonna receive some quality in my system, and my brain's gonna process like, well, we don't like that. Get the fuck out of here with that. Oh, why are you eating a purple chair right now? That makes no sense. Yes. So there's a lot of things that our brain is Our brain is capable of observing and obtaining anything. Doesn't mean it's necessarily healthy or righteous. Like, yeah, CBD, THC receptors. That's great, and I'm not dismissing the quality of what the original plant life was. The plant life was growing. There was THC in the herb, in the weed, whatever, and we smoked it. And all of a sudden, somebody was like, "Hey, let's bring this into my laboratory, and I can go ahead and turn this into something even better." And all of a sudden, everybody's out here like thinking it's going to solve cancer. It's not going to do that, guys. Gotta be real honest about that. It's not going to solve cancer. You know why? Because cancer was solved a long time ago by a lot of very smart people. It was very simple. It was called stop consuming the things that cause cancer. That's all. You don't get to continue to consume everything that's causing cancer and then smoke some weed and be like, I fixed my cancer. It doesn't work that way. Because everybody's out here is like, oh my God, look at little fucking Johnny. He's 5 years old and he just fucking fixed his brain cancer because I gave him some fucking some THC snorts and he was just like fucking out of here. He didn't have any. Man, he used to have the cancer real bad. Doesn't have it no more. But they forget to add into the mix that they also stopped Johnny from eating all of the other bullshit that Johnny was eating. You know, it's yeah, I get it. Like, THC helps and THC is good. And all of these different chemicals can be a blessing for the human temple. But to overdo it, like if we keep, because the temple, as they say, when they're talking about in the Bible and all of these other works, when they're talking about blessing the temple, they're not talking about some fucking temple. They're talking about this thing. So when they're talking about anointing, they're talking about literally you. When they're talking about like burning sage or whatever the fuck other shit they're burning in the temple, they're literally talking about burning that inside of. And so all these things they're talking about burning in the temple, the weird shit that you're burning is sacred offerings inside of your house. You should be smoking that shit. Not every day, not all the time. Probably on Sundays. Probably like go find what is that? What's here? Let's see what I have in my drawer here. Let's see things that I burn. Ethiopian musk. Egyptian musk. Nag champa. A little bit of patchouli. Here you go, patchouli. Has anybody ever smoked patchouli? Anybody take some patchouli and some other ingredients and put them in something and then smoke them? Because this is your temple. You think that when I burn this out here, I'm not breathing it in? See? People forget about that. People forget like, oh, no, I'm just burning some incense. You're not just fucking burning incense. You're burning incense so you can breathe it in so it's in the air. Simple concept. Oh no, I'm blessing my space out here. People get into this really, no, I'm blessing my space. Well, then you better stop breathing if you don't conceive the simple fact that by burning that shit right there, you're actually putting it into the space that you're in and breathing it. So therefore, if you took that essence and that herb and put it inside of do I got anything around here I've been smoking? Let's see. No, it's not anywhere close. But put it into I'll roll it up and smoke it. That's what they're talking about. They weren't actually talking about making fucking things to put inside of a giant building that's 50,000 cubic feet of. No, they're talking about this is it right here. Oh, look at, I just blessed myself with some oxygen. Yeah? But anyways, what the fuck am I talking about at this point? So yeah. So wicked on the fucking so as always, like all of these elements have fucking giant value to the system. We just gotta know in what degrees, to what intensity we need to ingest them, because we can become very reliant on them. The first thing we became reliant on was food. Now that's a very long-winded thing to get into, but at this point we're reliant on a bunch of chemicals, and by reliant I mean literally like rely. Like it's lying again. Like, there's half of these chemicals out here we don't need, but these really organic things that turn out to be what is these plant lives, whatever they are, which come out as THC, which come out as CBD, which come out as whatever's inside of the fucking beet that I'm gonna eat, whatever, those are the real things. It's not the things that come from the laboratories. It comes as the alchemized version, which becomes isolated as here, isolated. I'm gonna isolate this property here. It's just I was talking about that. I'm talking about this here is the same as this here. See? What's the difference? It's the same thing. This went through a giant process to get me these tiny little pieces of information. This is making gold out of lead. This is alchemy. So I can just go, and then it changes my blood. It changes everything that's going on in my body, my brain, all of that. And so we have to find the things that actually that are organizing, that provide organization for our consciousness as well as our physicality. Because once again, getting back to what I've been kind of preaching real hard about recently is that people can't separate their physicality from their spirituality. Because if you want to be spiritual and deny your physicality, well, fuck you. You're an idiot, and you're the kind of person I want to kick in the throat. And then what are you going to, and it was going to be funny for me because that person will go, oh, I'm fucking choking. And they'll be like, but no, I must just, no, allow for this ass whooping. Fuck out of here. Yeah, you defend yourself, retard. And if you defended yourself, I wouldn't even hit you to begin with. That's the point of this higher consciousness shit, which is don't be out here in the fucking real world saying, oh no, all is good, all is love and light, when shit ain't all good. It's not all love and light. Let's allow for the love and light. Yes, hey, I accept that. Please, let you enjoy this situation. But when somebody comes off fucking backwards and sideways, you're not. People that tell you to accept that. No. Don't listen. It's not. The highest form of good is to not let fucking unauthenticity and lack of integrity and bullshit into the body. And if someone's going to tell you some bullshit, smoking all of the now legal weed. So I'm gonna go pee into something, and then I'm gonna probably throw it into my face, so y'all can watch me literally on camera. Well, you've all seen it before. You all know. See, that's always funny too. I wonder about these people. Some people out here talking about drinking piss. I'm like, do they really do it? Do you guys want to watch me? Do you guys want to watch me pee into a cup and drink it? Do you guys want to watch? Would that be really awesome? Would you be like, holy shit, he fucking really did it? Fucking real time. What are they gonna just fucking videos offline? No more for Zen. He can't do this. Torin, I'll represent your question, Torin, after I piss. Because the information you consume, you must produce. Why is the sun exempt? Here, let me be real fast with that one. The sun isn't anything. The sun is a portal. The sun is a portal. It's a hole that produces the thing that came through it. Just like a light bulb. A light bulb itself isn't the thing. It's the energy that comes out of it. You say, oh, I have a light bulb, and you see all this light. The light is in the room. It didn't come from the bulb. It came from the energy created that made you say there's a bulb. The bulb doesn't exist. See, Neo? The spoon doesn't exist. Yeah, Gary, there are plenty of receptors. There we go. Butter is very good, Aldrin. Hey, Truth Addict, if I had somebody, I was... Truth Addict, you're addicted to truth? Here you go. I was supposed to have an online store open up months ago. But somebody bullshitted me. Period. Plain and simple. That's how it is. I don't have the capacity through a phone to make all of this shit happen. You know, I wish I could. If I had one more person next to me that knew how to do all this shit and that had integrity, I'd have an online store right now, and I'd have awesome shit. I know all sorts of shit. I have streamlined fucking. I could get the best product of whatever plus all of the. I'd start making things, but I don't have an outlet for it, and it would be too hard for me to do as an individual to do these talks plus have an online store plus answer the emails plus have, hey, can you box this thing up plus make the thing plus put the thing in, you know what I mean? Do you realize how I wish you know, hopefully somebody walks up to my door right now that would be my my secondary unit to help, you know, assist in this progress, but it just ain't happening. I got bullshitted on it. Good, Gary, got the knock chopper house. What verb am I right now? You know what? I've been dealing with. I've been loving the idea of autism lately. Miss Natasha, you don't want to watch me piss, but Truth Addict does. Okay, I'm gonna go piss and finish this, but I just wanted to get to the end and tell we didn't give energy to the sun. No. I actually said you give energy to the sun. You need to know is in the last two. Literally, I want to delete all my videos except for the last two because the last two are just so fucking high tech. And in fact, this one is pretty special too. But go watch my last two videos, and I talk about specifically what the sun is as a generator of consciousness, and by providing energy to the earth, which is the mother, you actually get the return through the system, which is the portal, which is the sun. The sun is not a thing. I mean, it is, but it provides. It's like a hole that allows all of the light to, you know, come through. But you get that through the thing that is the earth that then produces the food that you eat to give you your body, which then looks at the sun to provide energy to the earth that then, you see the whole cyclical thing? And I'm going to go pee into something. Well, oh well. Back again. Okay. Who's left here? How do I feel about yogurt? I feel about yogurt the same way that yogurt feels about me. Yogurt really doesn't have any kind of... I mean... I like yogurt, but remember that I really enjoy Indian cooking, and that a major part of the whole culture of India, which is a pretty big part of where humanity lives, the looking people, what they identify with the cow and with butter, with ghee, with yogurt. I enjoy yogurt. Do I use it every day? No. Do I use it even once a week? Probably not. But I have no problem with it if somebody throws me a slab of yogurt onto my dish. Fuck yeah. Put yogurt in my cereal. Except for I don't eat cereal in the morning because I don't eat breakfast. Okay. Well, here's a choice. I think I'm gonna shut this shit down, and then I'm gonna go to my other house, cause nobody really realizes this. I'm basically a prince. And I have, this is why you've never seen me before. I have houses all over the world. And so I live everywhere. And I come to places and I give pieces of my knowledge to, So I have a bunch of houses in this town. And I'm going to go to my other house. I'm going to be there for a little while. And I'll do a little recording from there. And so it's funny, what a lot of people don't know is if they give me money, they get a lot of money in return through the kingdom that I own, which is this entire world. You've met the king of the world. Could you imagine? You ever have that question asked to you? If you were to meet God, what would you ask for? What would you do? What would you do for God? You ever walk down the street and think like, that person right there might be God. Maybe I should treat them right? And so the people that have treated me right, through my kingdom, through my my corporate entity, the corporate entity I own is called the world. It's called Earth. I own all of it. So you all get the bounty of what I've produced here. You just gotta wait a little while. It's like a seed. You put a seed in and. But anyways. I'm going to take this delicious bottle of port wine, and y'all can watch, because we've had a couple shows. We had the show the other night where I was drinking. The fuck was I drinking? I don't know. It was a drunk Zen show, and I said, hey, let's do the drunk Zen show. Now I got this here, and I'm already slurring because I got up this morning and I had a bottle of wine with a friend of mine who was leaving today, and so I'm gonna cut this shit off. I'm gonna go to my other house, and then. We'll record from there. And you can whoever doesn't know, I have a dog who's amazing, and you can all meet my dog. How's that sound? Christine, come back. It'll take me, give me 30 minutes. 30 minutes and I'm back on, yeah? Is everybody down? And Jordan, let me know next video so I can add that into the things that I type into the shit so people can get your information or whatever. And we'll hook that up. And so for everybody else, at least whoever's here right now, can see, dig into Jordan's shit. She's fucking awesome. My pissing technique, I already pissed into the jar and drank some and dumped some out. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Is everybody cool? Okay, great. I'll see you guys in like 30 minutes. Do something really cool while I'm gone. Think up something awesome to ask me, because I probably won't have any good answers, but at least I'll be drunk when I do answer.